The clustered one is the one where lots of people fall down, I think. In the failover environment, includes the right to run the licensed programs on an unlicensed spare computer in a failover environment for up to a total of 10 separate days in any given calendar year. Which means that if you have an active machine and a passive machine, and they are sharing a storage area network, one is live and the other is passive, then you only have to license the live one if the passive one then takes over when the live one fails. And as you have outages through the year, then for up to 10 days, you can activate the passive one in order to test that it does actually work. That is the failover rule for Oracle.
So that's 10 days.
10 days in the calendar year.
In the calendar year, okay.
And once that failover period of 10 days has been exceeded, you must license that failover node. That means that you can't, according to the letter of failover, if you've got an active passive, you can't keep switching them and switching the active with the passive. That does happen quite a lot. The other thing that's a catch in there is that often a failover cluster won't just be a one active, one passive. It might be N active, M passive. There could be a 4 active, 2 passive. The rule only allows that unlicensed server. It only allows 1. So in that case of 4 active, 2 passive, you have 1 free, and you have to license the 5. So you have to license the 4 active and 1 of the passives because you've exceeded the 1. So any downtime for maintenance purposes, as we've said, that sort of counts towards 10 days. The other catch in there is that options must match the number of licenses. So if you are doing a failover and you have to buy licenses, you must make sure that in that cluster all the options match all the number of options, the number of licenses of the options match the database licenses. And again, if you have to license the second passive, as we did in that case, the same license metric must be used for reduction of failover, and that's a common failing you'll see as we go on.
Okay. And I know you've gone through the 10-day rule. Can you just briefly summarise it, please, Keith?
Yes, the official wording, I suppose, is a good summary, which it includes the right to run the licensed programs on a licensed spare computer in a failover environment for up to a total of 10 days in a given calendar year. So that's the summary. So it's got to be it's got to be one of the systems which they would regard as data recovery using a clustered environment, a failover machine. It must have. It only applies to clustered deployments where multiple servers have access to a single storage area network. It doesn't mean you can run software on any unlicensed server anywhere in your system for 10 days without licensing it. That's the biggest misunderstanding. It's specific to the failover rule. It's specific to an active passive cluster running on a single storage area network. It's not the generic 10 days, I can run it anywhere.
Right, thank you, Keith.